That's a lot of counties, man.
So obviously, your move here kind of came late in the cycle, late in the process. What was it like when you got that call? How did you process that decision with the timing of it?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. It was to get a call from Coach Riley. It's like a dream come true, you know. And it's something. And I was actually in meetings when I was at TCU, and I looked down at my phone and was Lincoln Riley, and I looked at my players. And I kind of had a look on my face. They're like, "Coach, are you all right?" I said, "Yeah, I'm fine." And then I kind of ended the meeting early a little bit and gave him a call back. So it's been fun ever since.
What are your thoughts on the depth of the running back room, and could you look to add a transfer in the next cycle?
Yeah, I think it's a good room. About adding the transfer, we don't know yet. We got to see what the numbers look like. We'll sit down with Coach Riley after spring ball and just kind of wait and see. But so far, so good. We like the 4 scholarship guys that's in the room right now. It's a great mixture, right? You got an older guy in Woody Marks. You got 3 younger guys. I guess you got 2 younger guys. You got a real young guy in Brian Jackson, who's only 17 years old right now. So, like the room. I love the chemistry of the room. Those guys compete, and the good thing about it is they're unselfish.
I know it's early on, but what's kind of been your impression of Woody so far?
Yeah, he's a worker, man. He's smart, number one. He's a great person. He's smart, he's humble, and he wants to get better, right? Like, he's a kid who's played a lot of college football back at Mississippi State, and he understands the game. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm his 4th running backs coach. So he's had a lot of turnover. So obviously coming in new and fresh is something that I was happy to have in the room.
How much carryover has there been from Garrett's offense to Lincoln's?
I knew I was going to get that question. You know what? It's some, but it's not as much as you think, because the terminology is different a little bit. So when I was with Garrett, we called something one thing, and we 2 called it, right? So it can be left something and right something. Well, left something is the same, but right something is completely different, which screws my mind up mentally. I'm like, I thought y'all was brothers, man. Like, keep the same system for me to make it easy on me. But it's been good. Systems, football is football, right? The concepts are concepts. It's just really the terminology.
Since you got here, how have you gotten up to speed? What's the transition been like, kind of catching up?
It's been cold. It's been raining. So that's been the transition for me. But other than that, it's been good. Just when you think you're caught up, something else happens, you know, and it's kind of you got to retake your breath again and do all of that good stuff. But it's been fun. The people here have been great. Everybody's been super helpful and nice. So it's been fun.
We always hear about players learning new offense. What's it like for a coach learning an offense?
I think it's tougher for me. I'm old. I'm getting older now. So I think those guys are resilient. They're a lot smarter than I am. But it's been good, though, right? I've had the chance in my career to work with some of the greatest offensive minds in college football, right? When you think of Mike Norvell, you think of Kenny Dillingham at Arizona State, you think of Sonny Dykes and Gary Riley and Kevin Johns, who's the OC at Duke. I've been privileged, right, to work with some of the greatest offensive minds. And just to come here and to learn up under Lincoln and his system, it's been fun. So it's been a lot of long nights, but it's been extremely fun to learn his offense.
From that first call to when you accepted the job, how much time passed? How long did it take to sell you on it?
Probably about 2 or 3 days. You know, and it really didn't take me that long. It was just the logistics of everything. What do you tell your family? What do you tell TCU? What's this stuff about LA? Is it too much traffic in LA? Like, Jesus Christ, the taxes in LA. Because NFL team actually reached out first, you know, and I actually turned that one down. But it was just wrapping my mind around just LA. I've only been here one time before, and that was for the national championship, and obviously that didn't go so well. But other than that, it's been good.
What made you want to stay in college versus taking an NFL opportunity?
Yeah, I love college. I love kids. I love the growth potential, and I love seeing a young man go from point A to point B to point C, then to graduation. Like, that's my biggest accolade. And nothing against the NFL. I think the NFL is great, but they're grown men. They are millionaires, right? So let me get the 17 to 18-year-olds that's still eager to learn, that's still eager to want to get better, right? And I mean, it's college football, right? Like, it's the greatest sport God has ever created. When you think about all the rivalries and the tailgates and all of that good stuff, right? It's just it's kind of who I am. It's what I was kind of born to do.
On that note, what are some of the characteristics you look for when you're recruiting running backs?
Yeah, just a smart, tough, fast kid. Right? You can put them in any order you want to put them in, but smart, tough, and fast. If they're fast, we like them. If they're really fast, we love them. Right? So I've had a great chance of working with some great offensive minds throughout my career. I've coached some really good backs, right? You're talking about the Daryl Hendersons of the world, Tony Paulus, Kenneth Gainwell, Patrick Taylor, Antonio Gibson, and 3 guys at TCU with Money, Kendra, and Mario DeMarcado, who's actually from LA. You get a chance to work with those guys, right? Those are NFL guys, so you kind of get spoiled by working with such great players. But those guys have all done it on their own, and I'm just blessed to be a part of it.
What's
And
Clinton Jr.
USC
showed
is kind
you?
of known as tailback U. When you walk through the halls, which one of those running backs stands out to you?
All of them, right? When you look at Marcus Allen and you look at Reggie Bush, so my wife loved Reggie Bush. So when I took his job, she had the twinkle in her eye. And when I walked in my office and she walked in, it's a Reggie Bush picture right there, right? So I don't know how long that this marriage is going to last between me and my wife, but she has a great crush on Reggie Bush. But, I mean, you think about it, right? Just not only just Lindell Wyatt, and just recently, right, with Marshawn and with Austin done and with Travis Dive done, like, it's been a great history of running backs here.
Clinton Jr., what's he showed you as a young guy?
Yeah, he's young, but he's explosive. He's just like Woody, right? Just really eager to learn. I absolutely love when I had the chance to recruit Quinn back when I was at TCU as well. Obviously, I told him when I came in, I completely understand why you chose this place over TCU. It's no harm or foul to TCU at all. But I mean, you think about USC, you think about the city of LA, you think about college, you think about the university, the academics. Right, it's just a great opportunity. He's shown, and the thing I like about Quinn is that he's shown growth. Right, he's a young man who went from practice 1. We just finished practice 7, I believe, and you can see the growth of his game.
See one more?
What did you use, or would you go to answer those questions about Los Angeles and USC and making them move?
So I actually prayed a lot, but I don't think God gave me a clear answer. So I was still kind of wondering a little bit. But I just relied on my faith, to be honest. You know what I mean? And then you get opportunity to work with a guy like Lincoln Riley and this staff. You can't turn that opportunity down, right? And to be at USC, it's a program that I grew up watching from afar back in my hometown in Memphis and watching the Rose Bowl games. And you got all the greats that played here. So it was, to me, after a while, you sit down and you think about it, and when your wife look over and say, baby, let's do it, let's go step out on faith. And when I brought my kids down, they said, Daddy, have you signed yet? And we just pulled up to the university. That was my confirmation that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.